is up. Risk takers. Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I'm Pete, and today we're working on our classic fix skills. This is classic fix world domination. We've got quite the Africa spawn today. Balance splits dice, fog, blizzards, portals are off, alliances are on. The thing I like about classic fix is figuring out how we're going to work together or not to achieve victory. I mean, it's an Africa spawn with an awful lot of material to punch through, though. I don't care for that at all. Heavy troop concentration at the bottom. Royal says, thanks for all the great YouTube content. Pete, I started playing this weekend and user tips to get to intermediate. This is just the beginning for you, sir. I hope you enjoy the game. Pete, very chill, but very passionate. I'm super passionate, and I wear my heart on my sleeve. So you're going to have to take me or leave me, but that's sort of the way she goes. I could fuck over purple. I don't want to do that. Man, look at all that material right in the middle of the board. 7v4 Hua. We're going to get that Hua going, aren't we? I think I have to play mid-board. Mid-board, keep my options open style. I might just get smoked because I'll be in so few positions. I'm already down to 16 troops. All right. Well, Black cocks his gun at Australia, so chances are that's where he wants to go. We're going to let him do that. Shingle Mijo says, Pete, give me a shout out to my future self watching this on YouTube. Shout out to Shingle. Or do you go by Joseph? Hello, sir. Peteman, it's been a while. Hi, Hawk David. Yeah, we're doing good. John Wick. John Wick was going to smoke my 4. It's all yours, buddy. You enjoy it. You enjoy that sweet, sweet Australia, sir. Have a great time over there. I would like Africa long term, but we'll see if I can actually snag it. Because there's just so much stuff in there. What do you think red wants? Because I don't think purple wants South America. Purple kind of obviously wants Europe. This board feels very congested. So this is why I'm keeping red block's a little nos. That's why I'm keeping an 11 stack just to, you think blue and orange fighting coming? The Arctic fight. Canada versus USA, the battle of the ages. Okay. Bara Jarwa. Was that from Jordan? Jordanian fellow in Europe? The call is reckoning, Pete. No, I shall not. I shan't, RJD. 42069, I shan't. Uh-huh. Do I go super slow boat? Africa? I need that to get thinned out somehow. What do you think about today's political climate? Oh, baby. Arsani is new to the stream, and he's starting off with a extremely broad question. So what I like to do, Arsani, is I'm happy to let people have their free speech. If you guys want to talk about things in most places on the internet that are frowned upon, I'm okay if people want to talk about religion. I'm okay if people want to talk about politics. I ask that people be respectful, and also I ask that people be specific. So when you say so, Pete, are you good or are you evil? No, when people ask me about politics, I say the lens by which I view politics is as a political philosopher. Okay, I'm interested in philosophy. I'm interested in the underlying design behind systems. So if you have a specific question in that regard and you want to ask it, you're very welcome to do so. But just bear in mind that that's kind of the way in which I'm going to be thinking about this stuff. if that makes any sense. Pete, what do you think of our Lord and Savior, Donald Trump? Exactly. What up? First time chatter, go Trump. Oh, no. Well, one thing about politicians, right? See, this is how it often devolves. I tried to lead with, let's talk about the philosophical systems level. And people go, yeah, what do you think about this guy who said this one thing? It's like, nah, I don't do the person thing. You guys might have heard the saying, small minds discuss, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. So I prefer to nuance over it. I prefer to hang out in the realm of ideas, personally. What do you think happens after we perish? That's a great question. That's a great... do I advocate for this? No, I don't advocate for any human being's assassination. 0 people in the world should be assassinated. Come on. What do I think happens when we die is a very interesting question. Like, I think our consciousness is very much the thing that gives our lives meaning. You matter because you're a unique perspective, if that makes any sense. So I think there is some of that energy, and we know through the law of conservation of energy that, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, only transformed. So some of the energy that currently animates you, that you would describe as causing you to be alive, must continue to exist in some form, but we don't know the form, and we can't quite measure it. We can't quite understand it. So I don't know what happens, and I don't presume to be able to know, but I'm very interested in understanding where we might go. I like this Pete guy. Thank you, dude. No, it's not that I don't want to make anybody mad. I have positions. I have philosophical positions that I hold. I think about ethics a lot. But I struggle to identify with what appears to me to be a very overly simplistic binary that people hang out in when they talk about politics. None of that ever suited me. So, probably didn't like that. Okay. Get your 5 smoked then. And sues me like, I don't know what the fuck you want. How do I prove that I won the sandbox game? Did you win the sandbox game, Lotzi? Does anyone in chat want to disagree and say they won the sandbox game? He did. Zach says he did. Let's do it. I'm putting you in the thread right now, sir. Congrats to Lotzi. You will be put into the draw for your own sandbox subscription. No, it was me. I won. We need some kind of screenshot. Thank you. Post the screenshot. Don't ban me because I'm lying, but I won the sandbox. Screenshots, fellas. I did brackets. I wasn't in the game. All right, screenshots. Let's do it. Oh, to the surprise of exactly nobody, Black eventually moves in on Australia. 2 a.m. says Black won. Was Black Lotzi? I'm guessing you won. It's all good. I like how a lot of you guys are lying and then you immediately cop to lying. It's good. This is the kind of respectful type of lying we have here. The Smack Zone. Oh no. The Smack Zone from Norfolk Island. Oh shit. Lying is a joke. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I'm surprised nobody's out of Africa yet. You still have time to pivot to Australia. I shall not, sir. Trendy Wiz, did I miss the oiling up? How can you do this to me, Trendy Wiz? Not you, too. Not you two. Well played. Thank you for the screen set. Oh, no, we lost red. Okay. So red's going to sit there with a bunch of stacks that are worth almost nothing. Okay. Well, my friends, how many do grief orange? I feel like there's only one solution to this puzzle. What do you guys all think? Hello, Lasagna Dragon. That is a great Twitch name. Stop making me hungry immediately. Pete, has anyone told you look like Alex Jones if you didn't lose his mind? Oh, no. I'm going to not take that as a compliment. All right, who can predict my next move, friends? Who's ready to read Pete's mind? If you said, tell Purple that you have to attack his territory and then thumbs him down, Cedex knows. You win the prize. Get fucked. Should gays have voting rights? Oy vey. All people should have equal rights as all other people. That one is not a stretch. Really? Like, come on. You're lobbing softballs now. And if Eddie FPS, thank you for the prime. That's a real softball, though. Should some people have different rights than other people? Nah, man. What about an IQ test of 85 to vote? I don't think we need to big up voting as if it is some sort of privilege, right? Voting is mostly illusory. We tend to think of voting as important and meaningful. So if you want to get me on the spiel, I apologize to those of you in chat who've heard me before, but what did Purple do? He thumbs me down, Lotzi. He thumbs me down. I didn't like it. I feel like the difference between the choices that you're able to choose via voting is extremely negligible. And there is a very wide range of things that I'm not free to choose. So when people tell me I'm, free to vote and my vote matters and means something, I go, does it? Oh, yeah, I deleted that guy hard. I don't like it when people thumbs me down, man. I don't enjoy it. Jay Roy says, Pete, I'm a little new and have been playing nonstop games with Arsani. I always choose Australia. Can you explain why it's a bad move? Sure. The way I describe the Australia thing is this. Australia is good early and bad late. But people think it's good. So they fight for it. And that's what makes it bad. That's kind of how I answer the Australia question. So you see how red put troops into Australia and blue beat him and then red quit? That wasn't good for red. Red shouldn't have done that. You see how I started with a 4 in Australia and I didn't add and I used it to take cards? And now I have a much better position that's worth +5? That's what I'm talking about. I don't want a +2. I want a +5. I learned from Pete, never stack on Pete. One of my thoughts on Trump and his recklessness. I don't like to talk about Trump too much. Like, he doesn't jump out to me as being worth talking about. He is a caricature. He's a symptom of a cancer, right? He's not interesting. He's obvious. He's apparent, right? But he's so distracting for people. He's a fucking television character. He plays the president on TV, guys. My friend has a crippling gambling problem. Any advice? Ooh, addiction is tough. I mean, I can talk about what worked for me with addiction, but thankfully I don't suffer from gambling addiction. This is a weird board now. I'm actually just defending Europe, which I don't usually do. I don't trust my relationships. So I tend to lean into my addictions as long as they're not destructive. So if I'm doing things that are like reasonably healthy, I want to do them more. Frankly, I drink too much alcohol. So I haven't figured that one out. I eat shitty food. I should eat better. Like my issue, okay, so I'll give you a great example. So I've never been like addicted to smoking cigarettes, but I love smoking cigarettes. So how did I avoid it? The trick was I just don't buy them. So if they're not around, I don't have to chain smoke a pack of cigarettes. But if I know they're there, I'm going to fucking fiend for it. It's the same thing with Risk, right? I'm going to get so addicted to this video game. I'm like, well, what would be the best though? What would it look like if I was the best? I play it all the time and I fucking make it my life. And like, it's not a great solution. Arkin says, if Pete drinks too much, there's no hope for me. You and I are different people. I'm not judging anyone else. So for 8 months, you can do it. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, it's, but gambling, I don't like risk, pun intended. I like winning. So I don't suffer from gambling addiction, thankfully. Never understood it too. I've never understood the thrill in the taking of the risk. Okay, blue seems to know how to play. Where do we go from here then? I'll show respect to blue, though. That's cool. Oh, I don't think we sail yet. RJ says, Pete, I seem addicted to making children with my wife. I don't see the downside there at all. I'm very happy for you, in fact. It sounds like you have a beautiful family and a beautiful life, sir. I'm addicted to watching the Kill Pete strategy. Do it. What's it called? The word escapes me now. Responsibly. Watch Pete responsibly. But do not want to be a risk taker. I guess I do. So black is in a +5 position. Right? If he eventually takes Africa, he'll be on like this sort of semi-split +5, but he doesn't seem to be willing to dedicate the troops. Is there a reason you drink so much? Well, I've never been a weed guy. Maybe not say never. I used to smoke weed when I was younger, but weed doesn't really agree with me. It doesn't make me feel, doesn't make me more Pete, put it you that way. So with booze, I'm an animated person, right? I'm an enthusiastic person. So the right amount of alcohol, like right now I'm drinking sugar, caffeine. I'm drinking energy drink and vodka, right? Drinking sugar, caffeine, fucking, let's go beverage. How many times do you think you can crank the carrot a day healthily? I don't know, man. I think once a day is like the right amount, personally. If you're really in the mood, maybe twice. Like, I don't think like fucking snapping it off more than more than once a day is probably not good for you. Right? Like, ideally, you want to like keep your wits about you. Perhaps you might find a lovely lady out there and you want to go up and talk to her. But if you're, if you're already satisfied or satisfied enough, then you might not want to do it. You know what I mean? So, all right. Dong Disciple has a non-controversial political question. Excellent. I don't know that there is such a thing, but let's see the question. Do you think the American Congress should lift its cap on the amount of representatives? Why or why not? I'm not an American. I don't pretend to know enough about the American representative system. I tend to lean towards something that is non-representational. We had a very long thread on my Discord about democracy. And for most of my life, I've been an advocate for some kind of digital direct democracy. I think the idea of representatives is archaic and unnecessary and wasteful, right? The fact that people have to go into a place and they are structurally obligated to represent you, but they're not legally obligated to represent you, so they end up representing themselves. All of this ends up being a bunch of loss and a bunch of waste. Dude's trade. And because of that, I think, and because we all have a cell phone, right? We all have access to the entire compendium of human knowledge in our pocket and with the ability to talk to any person in the world instantaneously. The idea that we would have to pay these guys six-figure salaries to rule and write laws that serve themselves and don't serve us seems like a travesty. So you see how I answered your question quite differently than the way you asked it. I don't give a shit about the number of representatives in the American Congress because if the number isn't 0, it's the wrong number. We must transcend. CX makes a good point. We must transcend representational democracy. CX says the average person is dumb as fuck. And this is actually, sadly, where I got to in that democracy thread, is that I no longer am so confident that the average person is capable of making high enough quality decisions for themselves as an individual. And then the question is, does that undermine democracy as a virtue? Right? But now you can see you can immediately see we're already talking philosophy again, right? We're not talking about politics. And that's kind of where my mind prefers to hang out. I'm much more interested in political philosophy than I am this fucking distracting dog and pony show that we are told to pay attention to in the news, right? As if it is the most important thing that has ever happened, as if history doesn't exist or somehow we're sitting in a vacuum. Okay, this actually happened. So I like Black's position here. I have a very negligible lead, but I don't know what to do with it per se. I quite like Black's position, in fact. Does Orange just steal it? No. Orange is okay on +2. Well, then you're the fish long term. If Orange stays weak. Slam Oz, I can't do it. See, that says representational democracy can find that medium. I mean, that's pretty rose-colored glasses, though, man. You know? Like, there are some inherent structural flaws in the current iteration of it. I just don't share that optimism. Only Just Chilling says, I strongly suggest to check out the video, How Democracy is Mathematically Possible. I have seen the video. Yeah. But it is not, again, that is, it's not a fair sample, right? It's how representational democracy is mathematically impossible. So they aren't measuring it against what I'm kind of talking about. Will you thank me if I subscribe? Yes. I'll thank you for just being here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm happy to hang out with you guys. Frankly. Love it. Love to see you all. So nice to have this opportunity. Even when I get a little riled. Lotzi says, I say some people say they're dumb as fuck because of their grades and marks in school, but I personally say everyone has their own intelligence. Like Pete is very intelligent in Risk. I mean, we're not able to just measure intelligence in some sort of objective way, right? Yeah, I did thank you for subscribing. Thank you to Arsani for the gifted. I did. I noticed that you did it. But I will thank you again because thank you. Thank you. I'm drinking energy drink and vodka. Scope 1984. What the hell? Kill Pete on while the Aussies are awake. We're here for you, sir. Yeah, I mean, I could just kill someone and then immediately lose. It's too bad. Thank you, 9 Rocks. Thank you very much. Could you use the alliances to kill team someone? I could. I trust blue. Black, I mean, I'm not I got no issues with black. Take my money and buy a cigarette. Ooh. Just one, though, right? You can't buy Lucy's in Canada. They want to make sure you can get addicted. I don't know. We're in a very stable state for sure. Ooh, I guess push-ups. I don't know, man. Arkin, it's been a long time since I bought a pack, but $30 seems steep. All right, we can do push-ups at this point in the stale. All right, we got the smack zone, baby. Big strong Pete? You mean old fat Pete? Oh, he's going to hit the 32. Oh. Oh. No, the 13 just guarded against the 13. We got a slight Cold War in Venezuela, Mexico. Things are good. Why mess around? No more push-ups. We only want to see burpees. It's interesting to me how people misunderstand the push-ups, right? It's like I'm literally sitting in a chair all the time. I would certainly want the opportunity to move my body a little bit. How you doing, Star? VBW. Any predictions on who suicides first? I wonder who loses patience here. I sure hope that Orange doesn't move back into South America. Non-Rock says, Pete, I have a question. Why not slam orange out of Asia? So they have to attack blue or black. I mean, that seems like, if I do that, that seems like their next move, right? So it doesn't really seem like upside for me. My gameplay here is responsive. I have to wait and see what people do. Orange gonna have to move soon or die, you think? I think the ratio still has to go a bit longer. Nacer says, I'd like to understand your critique of representative democracy more fully. You got it. How do you see it failing, either conceptually or in practice? I come at it from almost the opposite angle. To me, representative democracy works in the sense that it mediates power, distributes decision-making, and makes large-scale coordination possible in a way direct participation can. I'm curious where you see that logic break down. Sure. Okay, so here's the micro. We'll do the micro first, then we'll do the macro. The micro is, I'm a Canadian. I walk down the street, and I see a bus shelter. And the advertisement on that bus shelter is, vote in this upcoming election. I love you too, man. Great question. Now, if the system was working well, I would value the system. I would take it upon myself to know that there was an election coming up, because I would be excited to vote in that election, right? I would be incentivized to do so because I would be empowered to make a choice that mattered to me. But instead, what is happening is the government is taking my money and it is wasting it on propaganda to tell me to not vote for anything specific, right? It's not a partisan advertisement. It's simply an advertisement to continue to perpetuate the system. So the fact that there is an advertisement telling me that it is time to vote because I'm not intrinsically incentivized to do so should be a tell, right? The fact that the government is incentivized to steal money from me, to propagandize me, to continue to perpetuate the system should be a tell that my vote doesn't intrinsically matter, at least not in the way that we are indoctrinated to believe. Okay, so that's the micro. The macro is, I'm a representative. Okay, now I am a person who sits in, I've run for office. Some of you might know this. I ran for office in a municipal election in the town, now city I grew up in. And I'm a politician, okay? So let's say I'm a ethical, earnest, well-meaning person. Okay, we've lost orange. I want what's best for my constituents, sincerely. But I'm not able to get perfect information on what they want. And even if I was, at some point, I'm going to have to break the tie. And if I was going to break the tie, I would break the tie in such a way that benefited me personally. Of course I would, and so would you, and so would everyone else. Also, in order for me to get elected, I'm not elected based on any sort of bona fide criteria on expertise in governance. I'm elected on popularity. So if I am chosen to represent my representatives, the skills required to win an election are not the same skills required to be good at governing. So those are some of the structural flaws inherent in the disconnection between the representative and his constituents. Did I do a good job? Or do you have a follow-up question? How you doing, Hug My Toad? Thank you for the 24 months. I missed the payment. All is well. How are you? Mick Wheeler, Pete, can you not do push-ups that close to the barbell? It stresses me out. Sorry, man. Hey, chain fire! 3 fucking years. Thank you, brother. Holy shit. Chain fire. What's up, homie? Oh, fuck. Okay. Blue says, at least I don't want this bot getting an extra plus too. Nature says that's a completely acceptable response. I just don't know what our alternative is. That's totally fine. The alternative is something like a resource-based economy and digital direct democracy. But don't take my word for it. If you're actually interested in this, a gentleman whose philosophy I've been interested in pretty much my entire adult life recently posted his integral economic design. And I will link to you guys this here for you guys if you're interested in reading something that is quite frankly above my reading level, but I'm working at it. I want to understand it. Take a look at what Peter Joseph has to say about a resource-based economy and tell me, please post in the thread of my Discord. I would love to have a chat about this shit. This interests me to no end. This is some of my very favorite stuff to think about and talk about. What system of government do I suggest instead of democracy? I'm still suggesting that democracy might be the way, but non-representative. I knew you were going there. Yeah, Peter Joseph. Yeah. Are you familiar? Does Dank know what I'm talking? Do we actually have another zeitgeist aficionado in the chat? Elon Musk says in the future there will be no money. Yeah, let's all listen to what Elon has to say though. 345 pages. Jeez. Oh, dude, it's a lot. But this is the whole thing. When someone comes to me in a video game chat and says, "But what else is there?" This is where the conversation among intelligent people is occurring, right? It's not some fucking moron did something stupid again, and then you go, "Lol," you post a meme and then you move on with your day. That's fine, and that's the level most people work on. And that's cool. I'm not judging, but that's not. When I get the same conversation, when I get the same question in the chat day in, day out, it's like, what do you think about politics? It's like, well, this is what I think about politics. I think someone who's way smarter than me and has been thinking about this for a long fucking time has to step up and be like, okay, here are some actual solutions, you know? And it's not a guaranteed, it's not a panacea, but it's like, this is where you would want to work towards if you were earnestly trying to work towards something. All right, I should just back off here. You love zeitgeist? Right on, man. Pete for president. Oh, no. And as Black says, the transhumanist says there won't be money in the future. It's basically the fundament of prophecy. I wonder why. Do we suppose that Elon is a transhumanist? James Fire says, however, watching enough Rick and Morty, I know for sure we're trying to end up with a purge. No, I don't want the purge. You've got more guns than brains. I don't want the purge, bro. My life is good. Fuck. All right, so now Blue has a stack that's guarding his front. So Blue will eventually be in the lead in terms of territories, but it will take a long time. Would you go vote if you lived in Switzerland? Yeah, probably, right? The way the Swiss do it is a lot closer to what I'm talking about. Neuralink is transhumanism, I suppose. I mean, I've often thought it's a lot more gray than it might first appear. Like, if, let's say I was, heaven forbid, paraplegic or something, Neuralink would be, the promise at least of Neuralink would be the very opposite of transhumanism. It would be giving me the chance to do something that is like the power to walk, right? To be fundamentally human. But it's nebulous, right? It is gray. Elon is a ketamine addict. I've never done it, but I hear it's very, very enjoyable. I'll do the push-ups. Don't worry. I will always do the push-ups for the people. with all due respect to the lovely haters, Elon is a fucking Albert Einstein of the modern age. I drive a Tesla Chainfire. I enjoy his vehicle. I had a conversation with Parlox, and Parlox basically said to me, I don't think it's a privileged conversation, so I can just bring it up on the show. Parlox basically said to me, so Elon got lucky. You know, he says Elon is below average intelligence. And I was like, disagree with him politically, you know, stand on whatever fucking morals you care to stand on. And generally, I think also I need the caveat to say, I think I both like and highly respect Parlox as a human being. But also I generally find his opinions to be excellent. But I can't see how anyone could look at the type of success that Elon Musk has had and not at least assume that he is above average intelligence to fucking be CEO of multiple corporations. No, fuck off. See, like, you can't be serious. Below average. That is just absurd. I find it absurd. No disrespect meant, but like, I find that impossibly absurd. I couldn't do what he does. He's autistic. That's right. None of the companies his wealth is founded upon are due to anything he's done. Is that a fact? I also don't pretend to know a terribly large amount about this. But I just think that it seems unlikely. It seems unlikely. He doesn't do anything. Really? RJ says to get lucky. So exactly, you got lucky so many times in a row. I don't think that's possible. Yeah, Lotzi, if you go into my philosophy threads, there's a post called Peter, Joseph, and Integral is where I posted it on the Discord. You can read that PDF on your own time. What would game progression look like? This is what game progression would. Funny you asked. This is what game progression would look like. Good game, sir. Well, that was easy. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. You just have to get lucky. Like Elon Musk, just luck. It's all luck, right? No skill is required. It's fine that people disagree with. It's fine that people disagree about this too. I just want to say, one of the things that we lack in our public discourse tremendously is productive disagreement. So that is also the very much the thing I am trying to foster in this chat. So, well, let's see. Let's get the last word on the video though. He says people think Elon Musk is smart because they listen to him bullshit on things they don't understand, like rockets, electric cars, or code. If you know anything about these subjects, he discusses it very quickly. It becomes clear he doesn't know the fuck he's ever talking about, and he's a walking Dunning-Kruger. I don't know what's true. All I know is if I was in his seat, I don't know that I could do his job. Defeating almost the complete set. 1 novice, 1 beginner, 2 intermediates, and a master. Hey, Bahar Jarawa, remember when you thumbs me down? Gotcha lowest. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you found some of it fun and entertaining, maybe even a little bit educational and informative. If you're interested in getting better at the game of Risk, you're just interested in hanging out with me, playing some video games, come on down to Twitch. Also subscribe to the YouTube channels. We have memberships. We have Patreon. If you want to support the show, you can even like the video. which costs you nothing. I like you, and for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.